Bonjour from Paris. But watch out for these scams. Paris, the city of lights, of love, of baguettes so good they should be illegal. It's a city that beckons travelers from around the world to get lost in its charming streets and soak in its timeless beauty. But like any popular destination, Paris has its share of pitfalls, little snags that can trip up even the savviest traveler. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you, but to prepare you. Because when you're forewarned, you're forearmed. And that's what we're going to do today. Arm you with the knowledge to outsmart the scammers and keep your trip safe and enjoyable. So let's dive into the top 11 tourist scams and dangers you should watch out for in Paris. Trust me, knowing about these could save you a lot of headaches and euros. All right, you've just landed at Charles de Gaulle. You're excited, a little jet-lagged, and eager to get to your hotel. You walk out of the airport and bam, you're bombarded with offers for taxis. Now here's the thing. Not all taxis are created equal. Those unofficial taxis lurking around, they might smell opportunity. The opportunity to overcharge you, take you on the scenic route, or worse. Remember, official taxis in Paris have meters and they're required to use them. So, how do you avoid this scam? Easy. Look for the official taxi stand, usually marked with a clear sign. These taxis are regulated, and you're less likely to encounter any funny business. And here's a little tip. If you're unsure, ask your hotel to call you a reputable taxi company. It might cost a little extra, but for peace of mind, it's worth it. Remember, a little planning goes a long way in Paris. And hey, if you want to save some money and avoid taxis altogether, the public transportation system in Paris is fantastic. The RER train will whisk you right into the city center in no time, just saying. You're strolling along the Seine, enjoying the ambiance, when suddenly someone shoves a clipboard in your face. Excuse-moi, they say, sign my petition for insert seemingly worthy cause here. Now, while it's great to be charitable, this is often a classic distraction tactic. While you're busy trying to decipher the petition, which is often in French, by the way, their accomplice could be working their magic on your back pocket. Or they might demand a donation after you've signed, putting you on the spot. My advice? Politely decline and keep walking. A simple non, merci will do the trick. Remember, legitimate charities usually don't solicit donations on the street this way. And here's another tip. Stay aware of your surroundings. If someone is crowding you or trying to distract you, move away. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Picture this. You're admiring the Notre Dame when someone approaches you offering a free friendship bracelet. They might even tie it on your wrist before you can say bonjour. Seems harmless enough, right? Wrong. Once that bracelet is on, they'll demand payment, and they can be quite insistent. They might even create a scene to embarrass you into paying up. Trust me, it's not worth the hassle. So, how do you avoid this sticky situation? Simple. Just say no. Be firm and refuse the bracelet. If they try to tie it on your wrist, politely but firmly pull your hand away. And remember, nothing in life is truly free, especially in a tourist hotspot like Paris. Chapter 4. The Found Gold Ring Trick. You're walking along, minding your own business, when someone bends down and picks up a gold ring right in front of you. Hey, they say, I think you dropped this. Now, you know you didn't drop a gold ring because you're not wearing one. But they'll try to convince you it's yours. Then, they'll either demand a reward or try to sell you the ring, which is, of course, fake. This scam preys on your good nature and the element of surprise. But don't fall for it. If someone tries this on you, simply say, that's not mine, and walk away. Remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Chapter 5. Pickpockets, the art of the steal. Paris is a generally safe city, but like any major metropolis, it has its share of pickpockets. These are often professionals who work in teams, especially in crowded areas like the metro, tourist attractions, and markets. They're sneaky, they're quick, and they rely on distraction. One minute you're admiring the Mona Lisa, the next minute, your wallet has mysteriously vanished. So how do you outsmart these stealthy thieves? First off, be aware of your surroundings. Keep your valuables close, preferably in a money belt or inside pocket. Don't flash large amounts of cash, and be wary of anyone bumping into you or trying to distract you. And here's a little trick I learned. I always carry a dummy wallet in my back pocket with a few expired credit cards and a small amount of cash. That way, if I do get pickpocketed, they get the decoy and I'm none the wiser. Until I need to buy a baguette, that is. Chapter 6. ATM ambushes don't get skimmed. ATMs. those ubiquitous cash machines that make travel so much easier. But they can also be a scammer's paradise, especially those standalone ATMs you often find in tourist areas. Why? Because they can be tampered with. Scammers can install skimming devices that copy your card information and PIN number. Then, they can drain your account before you can say "sacre bleu." So what's the solution? Stick to ATMs located inside banks. These are generally more secure and less likely to be tampered with. If you must use a standalone ATM, give it a good once-over. Check for any suspicious devices or loose parts. And here's a pro tip. When entering your PIN, cover the keypad with your other hand. This prevents anyone from shoulder surfing and stealing your code. After a long day of sightseeing, there's nothing better than settling down at a Parisian cafe and indulging in some delicious French cuisine. But before you dig in, be sure to check your bill carefully, especially in touristy areas. Some restaurants are notorious for adding extra items to your bill, like that bread basket you didn't order or that extra drink you never had. They might also inflate prices, hoping you won't notice. So what's the best way to avoid this unsavory practice? First off, be aware of the prices. Check the menu carefully before you order. And when you get the bill, scrutinize it line by line. Don't be afraid to question anything that seems off. Remember, you're not being rude, you're being a savvy traveler. Remember those unofficial taxis we talked about at the airport? Well, they're not just lurking around Charles de Gaulle. They can pop up anywhere in the city, especially at night or in tourist hotspots. They might approach you on the street, offering a ride, or they might even pick you up if you hail them down, even if they don't have a taxi sign. The scam is the same: overcharging, taking longer routes, or worse. So how do you avoid a repeat performance? Always look for official taxis with meters. And if you're unsure, ask your hotel or a reputable business to call you a cab. Trust me, it's better to be safe than sorry. Chapter 9. Charity Chicanery. Not so charitable after all. You're walking along, enjoying the sights, when you're approached by someone claiming to be collecting money for charity. They might have a clipboard, a badge, or even a photo ID. But here's the thing. Many of these charity collectors are fake. They're preying on your good nature to line their own pockets. So how can you tell if a charity collector is legitimate? First off, be wary of anyone who's overly pushy or demands cash. A genuine charity will be happy to accept a donation later, or direct you to their website. And here's a good rule of thumb. If you're unsure, don't donate. It's better to be safe than sorry. Chapter 10. Police imposters. The badge is a lie. Now, this scam is a bit more serious, but it's important to be aware of. In rare cases, you might be approached by someone claiming to be a police officer. They might ask to see your passport or even your wallet, supposedly as part of a routine check. But here's the thing. Real police officers in Paris will never ask to see your wallet or handle your money. If you're ever approached by someone claiming to be a police officer, be very cautious. Ask to see their identification, and don't be afraid to call the police yourself if you're suspicious. It's better to be safe than sorry. Chapter 11. Accommodation ambushes. Don't get taken for a ride. Finding the perfect place to stay is an essential part of any trip. But with the rise of online booking platforms, accommodation scams have become increasingly common. You might come across fake listings, misleading photos, or even properties that don't exist at all. And once you've paid, there's often no way to get your money back. So, how do you avoid falling victim to these shady schemes? Always book through reputable websites and platforms that offer secure payment options and verified reviews. Read the reviews carefully, paying attention to any red flags or warnings from previous guests. And if a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Outrow. Stay safe, stay savvy, and enjoy Paris. Well, there you have it. The top 11 tourist scams and dangers to watch out for in Paris. I know it might seem like a lot, but don't let it discourage you. Paris is a wonderful city with so much to offer. By being aware of these common scams and taking a few simple precautions, you can protect yourself and enjoy your trip to the fullest. Remember, a little common sense goes a long way. So, get out there, explore the City of Lights, and make memories that will last a lifetime. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel tips.